A lot of researchers are in the university. A lot of research, almost all researchers are either in the lab or in the university.
He said, "Are you ready? The time, are you ready to waste your time?"
Everybody has a choice. If you don't want to go to school, open TikTok. If you know you want to be an entertainer, be an entertainer. Like you guys miss.
Well, how many teenagers can do that? But fair point.
I tell people that if you are studying CSE, I feel like I'm wasting your time.
Nigeria is not the only society. It's white Nigeria.
I don't believe university should be a scam because there are a lot of challenges that university builds you for outside school.
And yeah, concerning the connection, I'm so sorry, yes, you can make connections in university, but at the same time, you can meet people that would lead you astray in the university.
What you went to university there for 4 years, I've learned online for just 3 months.
Do you know like 5 to 10 people who have gotten scholarships into the universities?
Since you believe university is not a scam, or to offer you 10 million right now to drop out of uni, would you accept?
Alright, hi, my name is Testimony.
My name is Peace.
My name is Kosi Sochko.
My name is Dolami.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Okoko Ijo Ini.
Hi, my name is Ayobami.
Hi, my name is Adi Emmanuel.
Good afternoon once again. So my name is Abiola Samu.
My name is Ogushide Adesoye.
Hi, hello everybody. My name is Tonia Chris. I am a YouTuber, filmmaker. I started a YouTube series called All Things Uni, where we talk about all things uni. We're going to be exploring topics on love, relationships, heartbreaks, debates, interviews of people I find interesting, and all of that. And for this episode, we are going to be having a debate among university students. So I got a couple of university students. The topic for this debate is university is a scam. On this side, we have uni students that are against the notion. To them, university is not a scam. And for this side, we have university is a scam. They are for the notion. So they are all going to try to convince me as to why university is not a scam and as to why university is a scam. And mind you, I'm going to be countering their points and I'm going to be attacking them too. I'm basically the moderator of this and I'm not going to be biased. Okay, so by the end of this, I'm going to have, my answer based on your points, regardless of whatever I think right now. So based on your points, I'm going to conclude if university is a scam or not a scam just for this video. Thank you so much.
My name is Dolami and I am for the motion that states that his university is scam. It is a scam because I believe education should be free and that it should be a human right. But to get into university now, you need money and connection. University has become a place where if you are not of a certain age, if you are not of a certain culture, if you do not have a certain type of connection, you cannot get into it. And that's basically the first scam of stepping into university. Then, okay, what about the scam of being inside of university? University basically is a sort of control that the government has on the masses because there are certain types of truth that you see in the university. You don't get the whole truth. You just learn what the government wants.
And I'm so sorry, that is a form of scam. So.
My name is Peace and I'm against the notion university is a scam. University offers series of tests and challenges outside school life. For example, is the money management. University allows you to know how to manage your money. For example, if you're given money from home like an allowance, definitely whatever they will give you cannot cover what you are meant to get and stuff. So it helps a lot in managing money. I feel like if you're able to manage money, it gives you a survival skill, which can also make you street smart. Because once you can survive you can adapt in any type of environment, which is the university, that makes you, to endure, to endure whatever struggles you might be, passing through. Maybe the class, the early hour class, the late hours class, the money we pay, the allowances. It's just like a survival skill that you have to, pass through, and it strengthens you. It makes you, it paints you when when you go out there, you'll be able to survive in any type of conditions you find yourself. Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, in the light of what she's saying, it's almost like you're somewhat glorifying suffering. That is one. Then two, a lot of the things that you said about us waking up early, learning how to manage money. I'm so sorry, but most of these things we learn is outside of university. The waking up early, we started learning that since primary school to secondary school. We learn a lot of that outside of the university.
Hi, my name is Testimony and I am for the notion university is a scam. And my first point is that university as the institution, the building, the four walls of university is a scam because it doesn't give practical knowledge on the courses the student is working on. As in medical students do not even have in-depth practical experiences that they end up going into the real world, into the medical world, and they are clueless. That's why we have really bad doctors out here. So yeah, thank you.
Good point. Hi everyone, my name is Kosi Sochko. I'm sorry, my voice is bad. But my first point is there's this thing I always tell my friends, is that in this life, no, in Nigeria, it's one of two things. It's either you have money or you have connection. And if you don't have any of the two, I mean, you are in serious soup, sorry. But then one thing, my favorite thing about the uni is the connection, the network. You meet a lot of people in the university. You meet thousands of different kinds of people, like different characters, different caliber, high, university is just that place to begin your life with, honestly. The network you are making in the uni is not just for yourself. You're also making the network for your children. You're going to have kids in the future.
I'm rolling my eyes at this point.
So, you're going to have kids in the future, and you're not going to make the connections when you've had the kids. How old are we? We are 19, 20, 21. You make the connections now. People who will be the NEPO you want your children to, enjoy later in the future. You're going to find these people in the uni, honestly.
How many people have you found so far?
I mean,
I meant connections. You've been here for 3 years. You have just 1 year left. In fact, you have 6 months to go on IT.
Yeah.
So you have just 1 more year to connect with these NEPO babies. You've had 3 years to do that, but you've not found them. So where are these connections you're talking about? For example, now you're about to go on IT. You're looking for IT placements. Do you know anybody you've met so far in uni that can call their dad and say, "Oh, daddy, my friend is looking for an IT placement. Do you have anybody?" From all people you made in uni?
Yeah, I actually do.
You do?
Yeah.
Nice. Good point.
Concerning the connection, I'm so sorry. Yes, you can make connections in university, but at the same time, you can meet people that would lead you astray in the university. We have, university is filled with different types of people, and you just can never tell who is. It's almost like a risk game when it comes to that. So, yes, I have to say that. But you can't say university is just for, building relationship with only good people. So yeah.
Yeah, it could also build relationships with bad people. So my question for you is: you think university is a scam?
Yes.
Right? You are a 300 level biochemistry student, and you think university is a scam. If it's a scam, why are you here?
Alright, so personally, university has always been okay. Let me give you a behind the scenes story. Most of my friends know this. I don't know, do I share this? Okay, I stayed at home for like 7 years before I gained admission to university, and that's because I was chasing a particular course, medicine, and I ended up here in biochemistry. Yeah. The main reason why I stood my ground on gaining admission, even though I was already at the point where, okay, if I don't get it this time, I'll move on with my life. I mean, I was already fully skilled. I had a lot of skills even before I gained admission. So I think I'm ready for the world, basically. So, but the main reason why I still stood my ground was because I feel like it's a path I needed to go through the university. It's like, in my life, I feel like there are checklists, things I need to do. University is one of those checklists.
Checklist. So university is just a checklist for you. The checklist in a scam.
Yeah, I'm still working while schooling.
So you're checklisting a scam. Don't you think you're supporting their notion in a way?
I don't think so.
I have a different.
Plus, yeah, another thing is
Gotcha.
So I have something different to say. Okay, so the reason why I have to go through university is because I have an aspiration. I want to become a biochemist. I've seen myself as someone who should work in a biochemistry lab or something. But sadly, I cannot work in a biochemistry lab if I do not have a BSc. So it is mandatory. It is a mandatory scam that I have to go through. So that is the only reason why I'm going through university.
Okay, so it's a thing of, the system is fucked up, but you still have to do it.
Exactly. I just have to do it.
I see.
Not that I cannot learn this thing on my own or under someone else. I just have to do it.
Okay.
They need that certificate.
Thank you.
The fact that you said it is a mandatory, you can't call it a scam if it is mandatory. I feel like if it is something you feel you want to do, if it's something you feel it is very important, or it is something you need to do, definitely it is something important. Because if it is not important, you won't make it your checklist. We feel like it is something tangible that I feel like if I don't have it in life, it can definitely maybe hinder me in the future. That is what I think.
not hinder, but okay.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
I see. I have something to say about the fact that you said we need money for getting into university. I feel like there are a lot of means, there are a lot of ways you can get into university through scholarships. There are a lot of scholarships out there. When you sit for the exams, definitely you can gain access to university.
So you made mention of scholarships. I want to ask you, do you know like 5 to 10 people who have gotten scholarships into the universities?
Of course, there are lots. There are a lot of people. I attended public school, so definitely I have like a lot of circle of friends.
I'm sorry, but like we all know when we're talking about stuff like this, we should bring it down to the system that we're in Nigeria, where even the scholarships are meant to be free and fair, or fair at least. It's not fair. You still need some sort of you still need some sort of connection, some sort of connection mainly. And then most of them, they are indigenous, there are tribalism involved in it. I mean, there are bursaries here and there. Even the indigenes of Lagos State still don't get those things sometimes. How much more we the non-indigens? So how is that fair?
So quick question for everybody. No, actually, quick question for you guys. Since you believe university is not a scam, if you're offered 10 million Naira right now to drop out of uni, would you?
That's one trickish question, but I don't think I will.
For 10 million Naira?
Yes.
Proceed.
I mean, I don't have 10 million Naira in my account right now, but like, it's something I'll think about, but no.
You would not?
I would not.
So you would continue?
I would consider it, but I would not.
So you'd continue, pursuing your degree?
Yeah, I would rather go to school.
You'd rather go to school than...
I'd rather finish.
You'd rather finish than collect 10 million Naira on the spot right now?
If we are being realistic, money is very important. You guys, money is important. Like hell, but no. School, I mean school.
You mean school?
I mean school.
You mean school. So now, if I were to offer you 10 million right now to drop out of uni, would you accept?
I'm currently doing 11. I would not accept because
so
I'm sorry. Aside the fact that I'm trying to go to school, I also want to make my parents proud.
Okay.
That's like a very important thing for me.
Okay.
My mother is, she sent me here because she would be I think it's even going to make her live longer to hear that her daughter went to school and she actually finished. So I'm partly doing this also for my parents, and I think that's a very valid reason. Nigerian parents. Yeah,
I do know.
Yeah, so
nice.
Basically.
Thank you. So you are for the notion university is a scam. Why do you think university is a scam?
Okay, good afternoon guys. My name is Okoko Ijo Ini. I'm student parliamentarian, 300 level biochemist. And why I support the notion that university is a scam is this. One, I like to give really practical examples, like life experiences. Now let's look at this socialite Bella. Yeah, we all know the story of how he needed cameraman, yeah, and he employed first class graduates. What does that ring in your head? Like what strikes or what thoughts strikes in your head when you hear that?
He was ridiculing them, he was mocking them in the talk.
You can say that, but at some point it felt like what they studied for, like what they spent time in uni for like 4 years for, it's not really tangible.
Interesting.
You get? So I feel like that's one of the reasons why I feel it's a scam. Yeah.
I feel like university is not a scam because I personally have seen people, like successful people, that still like go back to the university to get their certificate, because there's this leverage you have when you have that BSc. Like, okay, let's take Peter Obi for instance. He became a governor, then he went back to school because nobody wants to have somebody that doesn't even have something as, I will not say little, but like a BS certificate. Just imagine we have somebody that is coming out and saying, I want to be your governor, I want to be your leader. And then we ask, oh, where is your BS certificate? And the person is like, I don't have. The first thing that will come to your mind is that, how will you even lead me if you don't have like a BS certificate? So I feel like university is not a scam, because even successful people that did not attend university still go back. So like attend university to socialize so that they can have like leverage. So I see.
So we coming to university just like a social construct. Because for example, if I don't go to school and I'm making my money, and I tell you that, okay, if you ask me, if I tell you I don't go to school, 90% of Nigeria will see you as an illiterate. But 90% of Nigeria see literacy as not having a BSc, which is very, very wrong. As long illiteracy is when you can't read or write. So the fact that I did not go to university doesn't mean I'm an illiterate, and doesn't make me lesser person than you. So what you went to university to learn for 4 years, I've learned online for just 3 months. Each decade have their own era. We've gone past the institution era, where people will challenge themselves. Okay, in terms of IQ, okay, I can solve calculus, I can do this, I can. Now we're in AI era, where everything is about creativity. It's not how well you can cram. I tell people that if you're studying CSE, I feel like you're wasting your time in university. You're wasting your time because university, they follow the same syllabus every year while technology is advancing. As a computer science student, they still have to go back to learn online. They don't, even their exam, you don't tell them go and build a website. They will still go back online to learn.
According to you, university is a scam.
True.
Right. And you are a 300 level biochemistry student.
True.
You've passed through 5 semesters so far. You've had 3 years, almost 3 years, to drop out of this scam. But you're still here. So if university truly is a scam, what are you doing in this so-called scam for 3 years? And just I want to assume you still plan on finishing. Exactly. So you plan on wasting 4 years of your life on a scam. Why?
I won't entirely call it wasting. Now, here's why. For this 4 years that I'm, gaining knowledge and discourse, I think at some point it might be useful. But I know you want to counter that, but it's not a guarantee that I'm going to use it in the future. I have an aspiration, political wise. Majorly, what I'm here for is like just for one, the connections. I mean, I could get the connections outside, but since I'm here, I could narrow it down. I could find people in my field who want to do what I want to do, and we could partner together. Now, it's not in that context, I'm not like using the knowledge from the classroom to make a living for myself. Do you understand?
So quick question, why have you not dropped out if you don't need the certificate?
Okay, so here's the thing. Like I said, for the political aspirations. One for political aspirations.
So you've not dropped out because you're going to gain something by being here. So you're supporting their notion then?
No. because, for example, I'm in school, for example, now. Like the question, why am I still in school? I'm in school because of my family. This is what they want.
I was waiting for this one. Go on.
I'm in school because of my family, because like I said, a social construct. Is what the society have made them see. That you have to go to school to become somebody. For example, now, it's actually affected me. I can draw very well. I'm very good at drawing. That I was given an accolade for drawing a proprietress back in secondary school. But because then they don't see it as something that can bring in money, that can bring in the value. For example, music. Could you believe that back in 2010, no, I can guarantee no parent wants their children to sing, to become a musician.
Very valid.
Very, very valid. Everyone must go to school. But now, just know how to say, Emi Omolo, Malo Studio, Malo Studio. Because it's bringing money. You don't need to go and study, go and cram what is glycolysis. And this course we are studying in Nigeria. If you don't have any plan to go abroad, just forget about it. Yes, it's the bitter truth. Every day I cry that, why am I studying this course? Yes. Even fisheries are better than us. Why I say they are better than us? Because the course is a business-minded course. You can wake up one day and say, okay, I have 10 million naira. Okay, I want to start fish farming. And you're making your millions. But biochemistry, there's not what you want to start with biochemistry. You want to work somewhere and be self-employed. You cannot sit down, okay, I want to start fish farming. You can start fish farming with 500,000 naira, and in the next 6 months, you'll become a millionaire. So, we are...
Business idea.
Yeah. So, I think the video is getting long, so we can...
No, I like this point a lot.
Can I write that?
Honestly, I really want... Is there any way I can counter this?
Like you said, university is not important, but learning is. Now, I also said that you don't only learn in the university. Learning is not all you do in university. You need skills. Now, you don't acquire these skills outside of the university. You don't acquire this. Public speaking now. I mean, not sane person goes on the street or the market road and saying, okay, you guys, listen to me, I'm trying to practice my public speaking. You don't do, I mean, a normal person wouldn't do that. Apart from Tonya. So, now, in school, there are presentations, there are projects, there are programs that are put in place to sharpen, the communicative skill that you need to survive as a person. Do you understand? So you can't completely write off being in the four walls of university. Thank you.
And also, you cannot learn public speaking in an online class. You cannot.
What is the number one thing you need to have before you can speak publicly? Confidence. Even though you don't know what to say, once you are confident, you've conquered like 70% of public speaking. Yes, confidence. Before you can say anything, even though you know what to say, if you are not confident enough to say it, you will stammer. For example, when I said church, how many times have you stood up to read the Bible verse with pastor? Because okay, Matthew chapter 1 verse where people are. Matthew chapter 1 verse. How many times have you stand up to? Numerous times. Why? Because you have the word confidence. You didn't get it from university.
All right. So I have like 2 or 3 things to say. Now, my friend was asked that why do you need certificate then? Because he said he just needs certificate. So Tonya asked him why does he need certificate, right? I think it was Israel. Then he said once you are done with school and you have your certificate, that is not a guarantee that you get the work, right? But it is leverage. It's if you don't go to university, if you don't go to university, you went to university and have certificate. If I want to give somebody a job, I will give who has a certificate, and I think everybody here will do the same thing.
Now in Nigeria, we see certificate as a bragging right. You will see someone that graduated to a class level, we see on social media, yes, I'm a graduate. It's just like a bragging right. 90% of Nigerians are not using the certificate for anything. Because we see it as a bragging right. Are you a graduate? Yes, I'm a graduate. They won't even ask you. That's where it ends. Are you a graduate? Yes, I'm a graduate. You said you won't offer anybody that doesn't have a BSc certificate job. Now, what came to my mind is Which kind of job? And let's forget about you. Now, every job will ask for how many years experience? The least will ask for 2-3 years experience. Now, I want to use a scenario. For example, I want to use my dad. My dad didn't go to school, but he learned diesel, mechanical engineering, he worked on diesel generator. So with that years of experience that he has over 20 years of experience. Now, I will tell you that before he left First Bank, when he was still young then, he was picked among graduates. Why? Because of his experience. 1, experience. 2, his neatness. 3, his creativity. For example, as an engineering student, you want to hire someone that knows about mechanics, about engineering. Will you offer someone that has a BSc or someone that has over 10 years of experience, that learned the work and has over 10 years, 15 years of experience? Will you offer the job?
All right. So I would give the person that has 15 years of experience, because how many years did he spend in school? It's not to 5 years.
Now, for example, let's choose this course so you can counter it. I want you to buttress on it, my opponent. Those studying Portuguese, do you think they are wasting their time? Imagine, I told someone, I can never pay 90,000 naira for my son to go and study, my child to go and study Portuguese when there is an online course for it. Duolingo. A lot of online courses.
You said something about like learning Portuguese in university, that you cannot pay 90k to learn Portuguese when you can easily learn it online. But do you know that if you want to travel, let's say you want to travel to China to further your education, they are going to tell you to go to school to learn. They will not tell you, oh, bring your certificates from Duolingo. They are going to require you to bring a proper certificate that you have learned
Sorry,
maybe
I
from
have
an
something to
institution
say
or
about you when you mentioned Duolingo. I have a 425-day streak on Duolingo, and it doesn't teach you shit.
exactly. I have like a 925 day streak, and I don't and I don't like. I don't even know anything.
Hold on. I know there are other sources, but I wish you had used like a different platform aside from Duolingo, because Duolingo doesn't teach you shit.
It's just vibes and inshallah.
Real.
So,
It does, but it's very
Without people knowing you have the experience, you have to say it. And you have to show it. Not even that. You don't have to get to your work. You have to certificate. Your degree. A lot of researchers are in the university.
university is not a scam. What's your point?
My name is Ogushide Adesoye. I'm a 300 level biochemistry student. University is a means to an end. It is a step in the process. You can't just throw it away. It's like saying that, oh, why do we learn how to walk before we run? We can't just throw walking away. Do you get that? It's like saying that, oh, why, and I think someone mentioned university is a social construct. Why don't we throw out other social constructs? That would throw the society in general into chaos. It is just a means to an end. University is not the end. It's like saying, oh, I came to university to learn to be a biochemist, a professional tag. I can't just, randomly wake up and proclaim myself a biochemist. It is just a means to an end, a process in the gear of life. You can't throw it away. There are numerous processes in the gear of life. Sure, I agree on that. But if you know that that's the path you want to take, then it shouldn't be a scam to you.
Hi, my name is Ayobami, and yes, I have things to say. Firstly, he said something about, he might come to university to learn how to be a biochemist, and then like after school he goes like through another path. You can just tell that you just wasted 4 good years of your life, because you cannot tell me that. That's why I said that as a university student, if you don't even have a skill, just know you are done for in this country. Because now I am a baker and I'm also schooling. This school has limited me in a lot of ways. I know that, oh, if I'm not in school, I'm doing certain things, right? And I know that what I'm studying is not even in any way related to what I'm actually doing, like for survival. And the bottom line is that why we're even doing all these things is to make ends meet, is to make money, right? In this Nigeria to start with, Nigeria has even done a lot to us. That's why I even feel like university is a scam in this country. Because now I'm a biochemistry student. Everything they are teaching me, they are not even teaching me like in the practical way and all of that. I'm coming out of university and then I'm a writer or I'm a baker. You just tell that the 4 years that I went through, you came to school to connect. You can make connections everywhere, every area of. You can make connections in your church. You can make connections every fucking way. Jesus, I'm sorry. You can make connections everywhere, but you cannot say, oh, you're coming to university to make connection, and that's like just your what's it called? Your reason for coming to university. Because all the things you have to say, you're not talking about how you are learning and how your learning has actually be.
And like I said, university is a means to an end. Everybody knows what they want to do with their life. Let me finish, please. Everybody knows what they want to do with their life. You say you are a baker, right? You didn't need to come to school. So then why are you here? That's like saying that, oh, out of 100% of people in the university, let's say 70% know why they came here and want to be here. The remaining, wait, let me finish now. It's hypothetical. The remaining 30% that don't want to be here shouldn't be here. And that's the reason why we're having this.
He's here because of his family.
Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. So when you said that 70% of people that are here because they know why they want to be here. Some people are here because they have to be here. And hear me out. Some people are here because they go now. So people are here because they have to be here because of the same social constructs that he's saying. Like society has made it seem like you after secondary school, the next stage for you in life is university, and after university is what you get married, you have kids, and then you just live your life.
Yeah, I get that.
Now that is the social construct that he's saying that has been put into place for everybody to be in a stable.
I do get that.
So now some people don't want to follow that path.
And it's up to them.
Yeah, some people don't want to follow that path, but because of this same social construct, they have to waste 4 to 5 years of their life. Sorry, I know you said they don't have to, but there are so many families out there that are forcing their kids to go to school. If they don't go to school, they cannot do any other thing they want to do.
Can I say something? Once you are 18 and an adult, walk out of your parents' house.
Fair. But how many teenagers can do that? But
nobody is like this. Nobody is forcing you to do anything.
Fair point. Let me write that down.
Nobody is forcing anybody to do anything. Everybody has a choice. If you don't want to go to school, open TikTok. If you know you want to be an entertainer, be an entertainer. Like, you guys miss the point of these things. Everything has a purpose. Come to university, learn biochemistry, and choose to be a terrorist. That's just a means to my ends. And choose to learn genetic engineering to kill people. That's just a means to my ends. There are forms of artistry you have to come to school to actually learn.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't
learn orchestra online.
You can't play. It's like you can't play in an orchestra without having formal knowledge of it.
Hold on. Sorry, question. I want to counter what formal knowledge. You can get formal knowledge outside of university though.
And that's where I'm going to drop another point.
Okay.
University is just a means to an end.
That's your first.
This is something to support. End means that you're telling about education. That means you don't have any end means. You are just here for the fun because you are paying for it. You just wish to waste your money. If your parents are the one paying for it, there will be a reason why you're coming to school. There's a reason why your parents sent you to school. If it is your parents that are paying for it. My parents wants me to become a medical doctor, a nurse, which I don't want to.
University has its own purpose. And it is a choice. Yeah, you guys mentioned social construct. But social construct are based on things that are happening as the world keeps evolving.
Yeah, so very soon university no longer means.
No, yeah, exactly. And once you stop being a social construct, the people that come to university will come because they want to, and to them it won't be a scam.
University is a scam, not education, not learning. Now, for me, when you say it's a scam, we are talking about the situation in this country. I was talking to someone in Jamaica. He said, I was talking to him about, my medical line, what's going on. He said, "Are you ready? The time. Are you ready to waste your time? Are you ready to waste your time?" Now, imagine me trying to waste 7 to 8 years to learn something, which is not bad. But that 7 to 8 years, my sister, if I use it to learn software engineering, you see, the money I will use, the money I will make the rest of my life, I would have made it through software engineering and other AI businesses. So why I said education is a scam is that university is a scam. You can learn anything anywhere except from, okay, like you said, law and medicine, which involves cramming. Because in school, yeah, even our biochemistry, we're not doing a lot of practical work. Everything is cramming, 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 cramming. The moment you write your exam, like, what if you know?
Under an actual biochemist, I'm not in university. In 4 years, you'll be better than somebody that's passed through 4 years, done masters and done PhD. And you learned that way outside university as a biochemist apprentice. That's what Samuel was trying to say.
Can you give me the mic? Or learning as a biochemist apprentice, you only learn what he knows. You don't.
In school, I don't learn what
In school, I can meet my colleagues. I can gain knowledge from my colleagues. I can gain knowledge from other lecturers. As an apprentice, you only learn what that single person has to offer you.
So that's what I say. Started recording around 3 p.m. Please, what's time? What's time? 6:10. 10 minutes after 6 p.m. And they've not come to a common ground. Everybody is still saying, "Oh, university is a scam. University is not a scam. It's a means to an end." Yada 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 yada. I'm tired. Everybody, they've given me very, very good points, very, very valid points as to why university is a scam and why university is not a scam. So I've come to a conclusion: university is not a scam, and university is a scam. From what I've heard today, university is not a scam in the sense that if you're actually going to uni for stuff that you want to learn and want to study, for example, not everybody wants to be an artist, not everybody wants to be, in the creative field. Just as much as going into the creative field, you can get so much knowledge like in university from there. University is not a scam for people that actually want to do things that they want to do. But in Nigeria, emphasis on in Nigeria, it is a scam to some extent because you're not getting the full package that university gives in other parts of the country. Now, university is a scam in the sense that the social construct points. So many people are going to university because they have to go to university, not because they need to go to university. And just because that's something that has been going on for years and years and years on, people feel like that's just one of those stages that they have to pass through. I don't want to go into another topic entirely. I'm going to use marriage as the next social construct, because after university is what you get married. Now we're in the era where not everybody wants to get married. A lot of people don't even want to get married. And yes, marriage is a social construct. University has proven to be a scam to so many people, and that's also proven to not be a scam to so many people. So two truths can coexist. So thank you so much for watching. We did not get to a common ground. I hope this my small conclusion has made you believe. Yeah, so it's a wrap for this episode of All Things Uni. Thank you guys.